Hi there! Today I'm going to talk about doing a pegboard. Okay, if you saw our other video about the house and where we live, you know that this room was a disaster and apparently still is. But voila, I have a shelf and a pegboard now. Woohoo! That means I have to completely rearrange everything. Rule number 1, get help.
Hello, my name is Anne, and I'm from Utah. I sleep well.
Actually, maybe help isn't such a great idea. Sometimes help can be help and sometimes they can just be in the way. But if you have children, try and include them when you're doing your projects as much as possible. Sometimes it's time to kick them out, but try to include them in the organization process. It encourages them to organize. Right away after this, my girls went downstairs and organized all their stuff. Definite plus there. Number 2, just throw stuff up on the board. Just throw it up there. You are going to move it. Don't try to decide where it's all gonna go right now. I've got to get it perfect. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. There's stuff that's gonna have to be moved. So throw it up there, move it later. Number 3, try and keep things in a line. I have this all on the same line. These pegs up here are all on the same line. Count how many holes are down and over and keep things that go together in a line. All this on the bottom is on somewhat of a line. It's actually just so that I can reach it. Whatever makes it easiest for you. Rule number 4, use the right pegs for the right holes. So, for instance, these, I want hooks that are easy for me to hook on and off. So I use the bigger hooks for those so that I can pull them on and off quickly. These smaller hooks, they're not as easy. They are for something that is not taken on and off. Over here, I have some smaller hooks. They are taken on and off, but they're smaller things. These straight hooks, if you're a quilter and you have these boards that are acrylic that you need for cutting, those work really good with those straight pins, not really a hook. So rule number 4 is have one, repeat it, one junk spot. Last time I had this up at my other house, this thing was full of junk and I was so full of just stuff that I threw in there. I never even used it because I couldn't. It was just full of junk and I had no idea what was in there until we moved and half of it got thrown away. Don't have a big area that you don't pull down for junk. One of these is a good spot for junk. It actually does have stuff in it that I just kind of threw in here. This is nice because it's big, but I can also hook it up there and I can pull it down and put it back up really easy. I can find it. Don't have tons of junk spots. That's a bad idea. You'll lose stuff, you'll waste time trying to find stuff. Have one spot and clean it out regularly. If it's just one, you can clean it out regularly. Tip number 5, have a little spot for decoration. I have a little flower here. I have some fun stuff over here that I was in a wedding. I have some stuff for my daughter over there. Have a spot where you put something that just makes you happy, because we all need something that makes us smile. Tip number 6, put a shelf above your pegboard. And I have so much stuff on this shelf, and the shelf is actually attached with the shelving units that are above. They're not below, they're not held up underneath, they're held up. They're screwed into the wall up there, and then they're screwed into the board. That is very helpful and it exponentially helps your room here because I don't even need this room up with the ceiling and I'm able to hold a ton of fabric up there. Rule number 7, keep it organized. I know it's basic, right? That's why we're watching this, but it is so easy to just leave everything out on the table down here. Keep it organized, put it back where it belongs. If something is not consistently being put back where it belongs, consider moving it to a new spot so that you're always seeing that hook and you're easily able to put it back up. It's just as easy to put it back on the hook as it is to set it down here, and so it goes back on the hook. Do your best to rearrange so that it is easy for you to keep organized and get all those projects done. Okay, so those are my 7 tips on a pegboard. If you have more ideas, better ideas, different ideas, comment down below. I'm ever learning, and anything that helps me stay organized helps me get my projects done. So definitely share those with me down below. I hope this has helped you. Thank you so much for watching. Happy sewing!